Hello, Kentucky. Man, no one expected Mitch Barnhart's comments. Did you see it? If you haven't, subscribe to the channel dedicated to cats. Recent comments by Mitch Barnhart, Director of Athletics at the University of Kentucky, about the state of the football program have generated intense debate among fans, analysts, and even critics. Published in an exclusive interview with John Hale of the Lexington Herald-Leader, Barnhart's statements were interpreted as a call for patience, but also as a possible underestimation of the growing frustrations of Big Blue Nation. To many, his words not only seem disconnected from reality, but they may also represent a turning point in the relationship between the program and its passionate fan base. By describing the 2023 season as a one-year skid, Barnhart attempts to contextualize the team's recent decline within a broader, more optimistic narrative. However, this approach stands in stark contrast to the perception of fans, who see something far more troubling: a consistent decline that seems to deepen with each passing season. Since peaking in 2021, when the Wildcats finished with an impressive 10-3 record, the program has struggled steadily. The 2022 and 2023 seasons both produced disappointing 7-6 records, marked by crucial losses to lower conference rivals like South Carolina and Missouri, and missed bowl games that could have served as redemption. The central problem here is that Barnhart's narrative seems to downplay the lofty expectations created by the program's own recent success. A massive investment in recruiting and the transfer portal has led to expectations that Kentucky is ready to compete at a higher level within the SEC, one of the most competitive conferences in the country. However, instead of moving forward, the team seems to be regressing. The offensive line, historically a strength of the program, has been revamped but still lacks consistency. The offense, meanwhile, has struggled to find its identity, while the once dominant defense has been plagued by injuries and a lack of depth. These issues didn't come out of nowhere. They're symptoms of a decline that's been going on for years, not a simple slip-up. Barnhart also cited the dedication of head coach Mark Stoops and the current roster, highlighting the group's hard work and commitment. While it's fair to acknowledge these efforts, it's not enough to soothe a frustrated fan base. Fans in Big Blue Nation invest not only their time and money in the games, but also their emotions and hopes. Seeing the program lose relevance in matchups against teams like South Carolina and Vanderbilt, teams that were once considered inferior, is especially painful. Furthermore, the program's home performance in the SEC over the past 3 seasons, just 2 wins in 10 games, is a clear reflection that something fundamental needs to change. The question remains, how long will Barnhart's patience be shared by fans? He urges calm, arguing that it would take a prolonged 2- or 3-year decline to warrant a serious conversation about the program's future. But for many, that time has already arrived. 2 consecutive years of mediocre results, coupled with a brutal schedule for next season, make it hard to envision significant improvements in the short term. Even with promising additions during the off-season, the margin for error is slim, and any additional setbacks could further exacerbate dissatisfaction. Another concern is the perception that Kentucky is losing ground against its SEC rivals. While programs like Tennessee and LSU continue to improve, the Wildcats seem to be stagnant. This creates a sense of urgency that Barnhart doesn't seem to fully grasp. His calm demeanor may be intentional, meant to protect internal morale and avoid putting undue pressure on the coach and players. But it also risks alienating a fan base that is already on the brink of losing trust. Barnhart's comments raise important questions about leadership and management in college sports. In an environment where expectations are high and resources are abundant, patience has its limits. If the program fails to demonstrate tangible progress next season, talk of change, both at the coaching staff and in the administrative structure, will likely become inevitable. Until then, it's up to Kentucky to prove that this slip is not really the start of a larger trend, but rather a temporary blip on its quest to return to the top. Colin Chandler's rise to the college basketball scene comes at a crucial time for the Kentucky Wildcats, providing a ray of hope and stability to a team facing significant challenges following the injury to Jackson Robinson. The freshman, once considered an unknown quantity due to his early inconsistency, has blossomed into a key player for Coach Mark Pope's squad. In recent games, Chandler has demonstrated not only his potential, but also impressive maturity for someone in his first NCAA season. Over the past 5 games, Chandler has emerged as a key contributor off the bench, providing Kentucky with the depth needed to remain competitive in one of the most challenging conferences in the country, the SEC. His performance against LSU was particularly notable: 11 points, 3 made three-pointers for assists, and 4 rebounds, all personal bests in his short college career. These numbers not only reflect his technical development, but also his growing confidence on the court. As you come in and try to find your game in college basketball, you just have to keep banging your head against the wall and staying fresh, offensively and confident every day. Pope said of Chandler, highlighting the young player's resilient mindset. Chandler's impact goes beyond his individual stats. His contribution was essential to the team's collective success, especially in a game like the one against LSU, where Kentucky dominated in a blowout 95-64 victory. Chandler's ability to hit three-pointers in the first half helped open up the floor for his teammates and allowed the team to control the tempo early on. The Wildcats hit 7 threes in the first half and finished the game with 12 conversions from distance, showing a significant improvement over the previous game against Auburn, where the team had made just 4 threes on 17 attempts. In addition to Chandler, other freshmen such as Travis Perry and Trent Noah have also shown progress, reinforcing the idea that this group is beginning to find its identity. Perry, in 9 minutes of action, contributed 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, while Noah, in 13 minutes, scored the last 2 points of the game for Kentucky. Although they are still in the early stages of development, both have played important roles, especially when the depth of the roster is put to the test. This collective evolution of the freshmen comes at a critical time for Kentucky. With the SEC tournament in Nashville and March Madness approaching, Mark Pope's confidence in these young players could be the difference in the team's success. The Big Blue Nation, known for its passion and high expectations, has reason to be excited about the progress shown by Chandler, Perry, and Noah. Despite the difficulties faced this season, especially after the loss of Robinson, the team has shown clear signs of growth and resilience. Chandler, in particular, embodies this transformation. He arrived at Kentucky as the Utah Gatorade Player of the Year, bringing with him high expectations. However, his transition to college basketball has not been immediate or easy. For much of the season, he was seen as a roller coaster, capable of moments of brilliance, but also prone to mistakes and inconsistency. Now, however, he seems to be finding his place on the team, seizing opportunities created by his continued effort and dedication. As Pope noted, he's been like that all season, and then you create your own opportunities. It's really amazing. The next challenge will be a matchup against Missouri, followed by the season-ending playoffs. For a team that has increasingly relied on its freshmen, the ability to maintain consistency and handle pressure will be crucial. Chandler's promise, combined with the contributions of Perry and Noah, provides a solid foundation for the program's immediate future. As Kentucky prepares for the tournaments that will define its season, the emergence of these young talents serves as a reminder that even amidst adversity, there is always room for growth and renewal. For BBN, watching this evolution is an exciting experience. Kentucky basketball has always been synonymous with excellence and renewal, and the trajectory of Colin Chandler and his fellow freshmen reaffirms that tradition. It remains to be seen how far this group can go, but one thing is certain. Chandler's rise comes at a much-needed time, bringing hope and renewed energy to a team looking to reclaim its glory on the biggest stages of college basketball. And what will happen with Chandler? Comment below.